This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Friday, April 12th, 2019. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. We have a new member of the Anne Arundel County Board of Education, and it is Rita Albee. She is a junior at Annapolis High School, and she was just elected by members of the Chesapeake Regional Association of Student Council, or CRASC, yesterday, and she will be the 2019-2020 student member of the Anne Arundel County Board if approved by Governor Larry Hogan. Rita's name will be forwarded to Hogan, who must make the formal appointment. And she ran on a platform of equitable distribution of funding, mental health resources and awareness, and celebration of diversity. She's in the IB program at Annapolis High School and currently serves as Secretary of Legislation for CRASC. She's on Superintendent Arlotto's Teen Advisory Council and is the Chief of Staff at the School Student Government Association, as well as the Future Business Leaders of America Vice President. Upon appointment, she's going to become the 46th student member of the board. And the unique thing about that is that Anne Arundel County is the only one in the United States that gives their student members full voting rights. So congratulations to Rita Albee. If you're looking to pay your final respects to House Speaker Michael Busch on Monday, just to reiterate some of the arrangements that have been made, Busch will lie in state in the rotunda under the dome at the State House from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Monday, and then again on Tuesday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. It will be open to the public. You can come in, you can pay your respects, and you want to line up at the State Circle entrance to the State House. Standard security procedures will be in place. You will need photo ID, you will need to go through screening, and cell phones are not allowed. They are also saying that no flowers, sealed envelopes, or any other offerings, they will not be permitted in the State House as well. Funeral services will begin on Tuesday at St. John Newman's Catholic Church at 620 Bestgate Road. It's the large Catholic church on Bestgate as you're heading out of town. Following that, there will be a reception which is open to the public from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Akerson Tower Suites at the Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium. Now, the viewing and the funeral and the reception are all expected to be very crowded. There will be lines. Bring your patients. And if you are outside waiting to view the speaker, please make sure you dress for the weather. Parking. Park at the Naval Academy on the Gold side, and they will be running shuttles to and from the church. So park at the stadium, shuttle to the church. After the service, shuttle to the stadium, and your car will be right there for you. And more news surrounding Speaker Busch. The Anne Arundel County Democratic Central Committee, as we mentioned yesterday, is soliciting applications for his seat. If you are interested in doing this, here are the criteria. You need to be a registered voter within the Democratic Party. You need to reside in Legislative District 30A, which is generally Annapolis, and you must be at least 21 years of age. There are a couple deadlines you need to know. You need to send a resume and a letter of interest explaining why you feel you are uniquely qualified to fill the seat, and you need to send that by email to annearundeldems@gmail.com. That must be received by 5 p.m. on Wednesday, April 24th. If it's late, you're not considered. If you have anybody that wants to send a letter or an email in support of you, also send that to annearundeldems@gmail.com, but that must be in no later than noon on Thursday, April 25th. At 6 p.m. on April 25th, the committee will meet. They will begin interviews. It is open to the public. However, the public has no say. And they do plan on making a selection after the interviews. From there, that name will get forwarded to Governor Hogan, and Governor Hogan will actually make the appointment. Hey, this is a really good story from What's Up Media, and their Chief Operating Officer, Ashley Raymond, has received a national award from Folio, which is a New York-based magazine and digital publishing association. They named Ashley one of the women in media in the up-and-comers category for their 2019 awards. These are given to women who are making a mark at the early stages of their career, and she's going to be honored at the Grand Hyatt in New York on June 7th. Ashley is 33 years old, and 17 years ago, she got an internship at What's Up during her senior year at South River High School. After graduating, she took a full-time position as a production assistant at the magazine. A few years later, she became the circulation events and production manager. In 2012, she was promoted to operations manager. She's developed the What's Up Ticks platform for the ticketing, and she handles the day-to-day corporate operations. And in mid-2016, she was promoted to her current role of Chief Operating Officer. Very cool, and congratulations to Ashley. All right, that is about it for the news today. You want to make sure you check out the first link in our show notes because it'll tell you all the different ways to connect with us. If you're someplace you can give us a rating or a review, please do that, and give us a recommendation to your friends, colleagues, and family. That would be much appreciated. It is Friday. You want to hang tight. We've got our list of things to do this weekend or things to consider. And, of course, we've got George Young with your local DMV weather, and he's coming up in just a minute, right after this message from Mac Medics of Severna Park.
Have you ever been to the Annapolis Mall when it opens for the day? Maybe you've noticed the line of folks waiting to get into the Apple Store. As you may know, I'm a Mac user, and today's episode of the Daily News Brief, in fact, all of the episodes of the Daily News Brief have been produced right here on my Mac computer. What you might not know about is Mac Medics. They were founded here in Annapolis in 1989, and they are an Apple-authorized premium service provider, the only one in the Baltimore-Annapolis, D.C. area. And what that means to you is that they repair all Apple devices, including the iPhone screens and batteries, all without an appointment. And most repairs are done the same day, usually within 2 hours. They also sell everything except the iPhone and the watch for the same price as Apple. I don't know why you would go anywhere else. Give them a call at 410-757-MACS, or if you're not into the whole letter thing, 410-757-6227. Stop by their retail store in Severna Park on Benfield Road or their service center in Lanham, right off of Route 50. Or you can always check them out online at macmedics.com. I'll tell you, they've saved me quite a few times, and I know they can save you.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Friday, April 12th. Temps will climb back into the upper 60s or maybe even lower 70s today, but some off and on PM rain is likely and some thunderstorms are possible as well. Then comes the weekend ahead, and it will bring warmer temps in the 70s, but also a chance of additional rain with an overall slight chance on Saturday, while a more widespread likelihood of showers and possibly some thunderstorms occurs on Sunday. So probably not a washout of a weekend by any means, but definitely a setup that might require an umbrella or a pullover and some flexibility with your plans. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great weekend out there, and be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching for DCMDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores. Also follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and on our website at dmvweather.com, so you can always stay weather informed.
Join Anne Arundel Medical Center Foundation on Saturday, April 27, 2019 at our Denim and Diamonds Bash in Annapolis. Denim and Diamonds is a fun evening under the stars featuring fabulous cuisine and gourmet food trucks, live and silent auction, and a live band. Last year, AAMC cared for more than 2,000 patients in our emergency departments suffering from mental illness or addiction. Help us expand much-needed inpatient and outpatient programs and services for your community. For tickets and sponsorships, visit aamcdenimanddiamonds.org. Special thanks to our platinum sponsors, AAMC medical staff, the Chesapeake Bayhawks, Comcast, the Evan K. Thallenberg family, What's Up Media, and WRNR.
Every weekend, there's something exciting going on in the Annapolis area. Be sure to visit eyeonannapolis.net to sign up for a newsletter highlighting all the weekend events. Here are our top picks for this weekend.
Thank God it's
It is a busy weekend in Anne Arundel County, like it is almost every weekend. We never seem to slow down. Over on the Eastern Shore, the Bay Bridge Boat Show is in town. Today and tomorrow it's from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday it's from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. It is at the Bay Bridge Marina at 357 Pier Road in Stevensville, just on the other side of the Bay Bridge. Tickets are $12 for a one-day admission and $19 for a two-day package. They will have hundreds of boats, from power boats to pontoons, and more than 100 different vendors on land as well. So if you are a boater looking to get out on the water this spring, that's the place to be. I guess I should say if you're a power boater. If you're a sailboater, we got one for you coming up in 2 weeks. If you're an adult, there is an adult Easter egg hunt, which is not what I thought it might be, but hey, here's what it is. Bring a basket and a flashlight and search for excellent prizes hidden inside hundreds of eggs at the Pip Moyer Rec Center outside. There will be golden eggs with prizes worth $50 or more, and this is an 18 and over only event. It gets underway at 8 p.m. on Saturday. It goes till 10 p.m. The rain date is Sunday the 14th. It will cost you $15 cash only at the event to register, and you need to be there by 7 p.m. And you want to meet in the parking lot by the Griscom Ball Field number 1 at the Pip Moyer Rec Center. Tomorrow is also Record Store Day, and Ka-Chunk Records, which is one of the few remaining vinyl record stores in the area, will be open 2 hours early, so their hours will be 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. But you want to make sure you get in line early because the first 30 to 150 people in line are going to get free tote bags filled with swag. Ka-Chunk is over there on 78 Maryland Avenue, and I understand there's going to be concert tickets and record giveaways too. So if you're a vinyl aficionado, that's where you need to be tomorrow. If you're a political wonk, you need to be at the Doubletree by Hilton over on Holiday Court, right off of Riva Road. County Executive Pittman is hosting Visioning Anne Arundel, Making the Best Place. And this is sort of kicking off the Comprehensive Development Plan. He's going to have former Governor Paris Glendening there and his Smart Growth America, the newly appointed Citizens Advisory Committee. And this will be an all-day long Visioning Anne Arundel workshop to start the general development process. It's open to all residents of all Anne Arundel County communities. It is free, and it will be followed up this spring and summer by meetings in each of the individual neighborhoods where the small area plans exist. The 100th meeting on the field, Army versus Navy in men's lacrosse, and that gets underway at 3 p.m., but that also means that Warrior Events is putting on their spring tailgate for the troops starting at noon. This is a free event. It is open to the public. There will be live music. There will be great drinks. There will be tons of food. And yes, this is all free. They will pass around a bucket asking for donations if you are able to do that. But this goes to a great cause, Warrior Events. It helps our local wounded warriors do really cool things. I absolutely love what they do. And they take 99.9% of the money that comes in and put it right back into the troops. If you're a little concerned about your privacy, and I heard a few people asking about this on the Eastport Neighborhood Forum the other day, but there is a Community Shred Day up in Crofton. It's put on by the Greater Crofton Chamber of Commerce. It is tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at their office. And their office is at 2126 Espy Court, and that's just off of 450, just before you get to Route 3. I guess it's 301 at that point. But if you've got documents to shred, that's the place to be tomorrow. If you want to laugh a little bit, it's the 5th annual Comedy Night fundraiser hosted by the Children's Theater of Annapolis. It is going to be hosted at the Children's Theater of Annapolis, which is on Bay Head Road, which is over there sort of on the Broadneck Peninsula. You can get tickets at cta.ticketleap.com. And this year they've got our friends Free Range Improv. It is a great night of comedy. It is a fundraiser for the programs at the Children's Theater of Annapolis. It will be a fun night. And finally, if you are not into comedy and you are into country, you need to listen up. This is the 2nd annual B-Chord Bash. It's a benefit for St. Jude's Children's Hospital, and it's happening at Union Jacks. Doors will open at 4 p.m. You're going to have a silent auction. There is a custom guitar that's going to be raffled off. They have 13 different acts that are coming in, including Tucker Bethard, Andrew Robert, Devon Nichols, Wesley Spangler, and homegrown talent Jackson Dean. And if you may remember, Jackson is the guy that went viral on YouTube when he sang the national anthem at the Arundel football game last fall. If you're not quite sure what the B-Chord Bash is, go check out the Maryland Crabs podcast. We did a podcast with Scott Lear probably a week ago. Great event at Union Jacks. If you're into country music, that is the only place to be this weekend. All right, that is all we've got for this weekend, and that's plenty. But no matter what you choose to do, please do it safely because we want to see you here on Monday. Have a great weekend.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.